Hello, my friends. It's November 1st, 2017, and it's time for today's big story. You know the meme. People say EA's gonna EA, and EA did EA today. I'd like to say it's surprising, but it's really not. It's just been a downward spiral for EA when it comes to Nintendo, and we just keep circling the drain, and now we got a little bit closer today. So EA was like, we're bringing FIFA 18 to the Switch, we're gonna be there for the Switch, we like what the system's doing, blah 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 blah. Now FIFA's out. What's next for EA? Well, EA doesn't know, because they're not sure if they're gonna support the system. I'm going to read you the full blurb here, which comes from the Wall Street Journal, just because I don't want to mince words. I want you to hear exactly what EA said. So, the blurb reads, EA is waiting until Nintendo's new Switch has been on the market for a full year before deciding whether to release more games for it besides FIFA 18, the company's finance chief Blake Jorgensen tells Wall Street Journal. The Switch, both a home console and portable gaming device, launched in March, and EA's soccer game was released on it in late September. Jorgensen says it's too soon for EA to judge the success of FIFA 18 on the device and wants to fully understand what the demand is for Switch before committing more resources to it. What a load of garbage. When we first heard about Switch, or when we first heard about FIFA 18, and we learned it wasn't using the Frostbite engine, people were like, well, they're not using the engine because they don't want to put time into the Switch because they don't plan on supporting the Switch much. And, I didn't want to believe that, but I could understand that line of thinking. Now you hear something like this, and again, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories or something like that, but it sounds like that was the case, yeah. So they put out FIFA 18, they're like, oh, it's too early to judge, we don't know what people want with the Switch yet, we're gonna let it get a full year under its belt. Because, EA does that with all other systems. No, wait, they don't! They don't do that at all. Obviously, when it came to the Wii U, they didn't really support it. And, people didn't want to buy Mass Effect 3 with some extra bells and whistles for $60 when they could buy the full trilogy on other platforms for $60. Can you believe that? I mean, EA can't believe it, I guess. They seem to be shocked by it, so... it's one of those things that I can fully believe, but I can't believe it. Because they're like, man, they're really gonna act like this. They're really gonna do this. So, here's where we are with EA. They say they're gonna wait until the system has a full year under its belt. So, I guess we're gonna see what happens in March. Barracks on Go Nintendo says, gotta test the waters before knowing it's time to test the waters for water testing. Then we'll be serious and release a test game to test the waters. Yeah, that's exactly what it seems like. Like FIFA came out and beforehand they were saying like, this is the real deal, this is legit. And then the closer we got to it launching, we were like, oh, it's missing this, oh, it's missing that. Then when it came out, we're like, oh, it's missing these other things too. Like the ability to play online with friends. And EA's like, they didn't even talk about it. We addressed it in another video. They were asked why that wasn't there and they gave a complete non-answer. So, I can't blame fans at all for not buying FIFA 18 on the Switch because it's lacking features and EA's pretending like everything's okay. So, like I said, I guess we'll see what happens in March. Now, let's say March rolls around and EA's like, yeah, this is a system we should be supporting. Then when's the next EA game come? Games don't take a couple months to make. It'll be like a year or something, right? That'd make sense, like a year's worth of time to put a game out. Or maybe slightly less than that. So it could be a long time until we see something else from EA. Now the funny thing is, like EA's indie side of things, their indie publishing label is putting out Fe or Faye, however you say it, on the Switch. And that's coming out soon, so they just kind of pretended like that's not happening. But again, they're not developing that game, they're just publishing it, and an indie team is working on that game. So that's your next EA support. We're going to see the EA logo on the Switch again, while EA's waiting to decide what they're actually going to do with the system. So, it's mind-boggling. It really is. Like, I'm at a loss for words, but I shouldn't be surprised. Alright, my friends, that's today's big story for November 1st, 2017. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. It's very much appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow for whatever tomorrow's big story is, and I sure hope you'll join me to check it out. So until then, have a lovely day and a lovely evening, and I'll see you in a few short hours. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot.